Oh, we got us some Bushrangers and some Bloodborne.
Hello and welcome to Bushrangers and Bloodborne. I am your host, Smokey, and joining with me as always is my co-host, Spooge.
Hello.
This is the series where we go over some Bushrangers and we play a little bit of Bloodborne. And today we are going over the Bushranger known as Andrew George Scott, or Captain Moonlite.
Yes, yes. Though he is also referred to as Alexander Charles Scott and Captain Moonlight. He was an Irish-born New Zealand immigrant to the colony of Victoria, a bushranger there and in the colony of New South Wales, and in fuck. That first sentence, this first paragraph really flows really weird, doesn't it?
I'm gonna be honest, this whole article does not flow well whatsoever.
Yeah. You know what, we're gonna keep that because that's the article's fucking fault.
Yeah, yeah.
And an eventual and current day Australian folk figure. There you go. That was my fault there, though. Scott was born in Rathfirland, Ireland, son of Thomas Scott, an Anglican clergyman, and Bessie Jeffers, or Jeffers. I think we decided it was Jeffers, right?
Yeah, Jeffers.
Yes. We're gonna get this. His father's intention was that he join the priesthood, but Scott instead trained to be an engineer, completing his studies in London. I mean, nowadays that would have been like the best decision ever, is become an engineer.
Yeah, I don't see why it was such a bad idea back then for him to be an engineer.
Yeah. They just want him to be celibate, but you know, we all know what happens in the priesthood. You know, they're all banging each other.
Oh yeah, we can't even get into what really goes on in the priesthood.
Yep. Well, the family moved to New Zealand in 1861, with Scott intending to try his luck in the Otago goldfields. However, the Maori Wars intervened, and Scott signed up as an officer and fought at the Battle of Oricau, where he was wounded in both legs. Ooh, both legs. You don't want both legs wounded.
Oh, no. Oh, definitely not. But
after a long convalescence, yes.
Keep going.
I mean, took me a long convalescence, too. Scott was accused of malingering and court-martialed. Okay, so literally he was just trying to heal his fucking legs so he could walk, and they're like, "You're malingering."
Yeah,
they court-martialed him.
He was taking too long. He's taking too long.
Bastards.
They gave him 3 weeks, and he tried to take 4. He tried to take a 4th. They was not having.
Sometimes you need a 4th. Damn, especially if both legs. You know, they give him 3 fucking weeks. That sucks.
I don't know the actual time. I was just making a joke, but yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised. He gave his disquiet at the slaughter of women and children during the siege as the source of his objection to returning to service. Oh, okay. So he's like, yeah, fuck you guys, you're a bunch of fucking savages anyway.
Yeah,
killing women and children.
I was there. I seen with my own eyes.
Hell yeah. In Melbourne. They probably say it like Melbourne. He met Bishop Charles Perry, and in 1868 he was appointed lay reader at Bacchus Marsh, Victoria, with the intention of entering the Anglican priesthood on the completion of his service. He was then sent to the gold mining town Mount Egerton.
I wonder what caused him. I wonder what was the sudden change in heart, why he decided to go a different direction. Because we would
fucking-
not be covering this guy if he became a fucking priest. Let's just point that
Oh
out.
no. Unless he was a bushranging priest.
Yeah, then that's a different story. But I don't think he ever became a clergyman.
Yeah, he probably just got caught wind that it was all bullshit. Probably just like everybody fucking around, not actually doing anything. But let's get to his bushranging. On 8 May 1869, Scott was accused of disguising himself and forcing bank agent Ludwig Julius Wilhelm Brune, a young man whom he befriended, to open the safe. Brune described being robbed by a fantastic black crepe masked figure who forced him to sign a note absolving him of any role in the crime. I love how this guy, this guy's got the insurance going down. He's gotta make sure that everyone knows I have the note that he totally wrote it. I didn't, but it was signed by me, and it's all official. Okay, and then I'm absolved. And here's the note that reads it. I hereby certify that L.W. Brune has done everything within his power to withstand this intrusion and the taking of money, which has done with firearms. Captain Moonlight sworn.
The Captain Moonlight better be in a completely different handwriting, at least. At least.
Yes. After this, he went to the Maitland district near Newcastle and was there convicted on 2 charges of obtaining money by false pretenses, for which he was sentenced 12 and 18 months imprisonment. Of these concurrent terms, Scott served 15 months, at the expiration of which time he returned to Sydney, where in March 1872 he was arrested on the charge of robbing the Egerton Bank and forwarded to Ballarat for examination and trial.
Yeah, you see that fucking run-on sentence they put on the end of that goddamn shit?
Yeah.
Like, come on,
my nose
man.
is also closed up, so me trying to keep on with the run-on sentence, there's no rest for me to breathe.
Like, why are you doing that to us, man?
He succeeded in escaping jail by cutting a hole through the wall of the cell and gained entrance into an adjoining cell, which was occupied by another prisoner who was as desirous. Yes, thank you. Desirous of escaping himself. Together they seized the warder when he came on his rounds, gagged him and tied him up. Making use of his keys, they proceeded to the other cells, liberating 4 other prisoners, and the 6 men succeeded in escaping over the wall by means of blankets cut into strips, which they used as rope. Oh, nice. I want to see that movie.
Oh,
I want to see that escape movie.
That would be a nice little escape movie. But this would actually have to be honest, this would have to be like a movie just about him. Because that little tiny snippet wouldn't be enough to warrant in an hour and a half.
True. Scott was subsequently recaptured and held safely until he could be trialed. In July, he was tried before Judge Sir Redmond Barry at the Ballarat Circuit Court when, by a series of cross-examinations of unprecedented length conducted by himself, after rejecting his counsel, he spread the case over no less than 8 days, but was at last convicted and sentenced 10 years hard labor. Despite some evidence against him, Scott claimed innocence in this matter until his dying day.
I don't think this guy was a bushranger. I think this guy has been blamed for crimes that he has no affiliation with whatsoever.
Oh, shit.
And to be honest, and I think the only reason why is because of the court-martial. People are looking at his record and going,
So,
"Oh shit, he deserted."
You think
fucking...
Brune just took the money and then blamed this guy?
Yeah. I wholeheartedly believe that.
And gave him the name Captain.
Fucking like who name we have covered quite a few bushrangers now. Not a single one of them has said, "Oh, I'm gonna write a note to absolve people of their crimes." Like, not a single fucking bushranger is thinking, "Oh, I need to absolve this clerk." Come on now, come on.
Yeah.
Bushranger wants the fucking money and wants to get the fuck out, and he's claiming his innocence on this one other fucking thing, where he got 10 years hard labor. I don't think he even fucking escaped. It was probably just some other prisoner, and he was like, "Nah, dude, what the hell?"
Oh shit. We have to make our version of what happened. Then this guy just gets picked up and called Captain Moonlight.
Yes. Alright, continue on. Scott only served
2/3 of a sentence of 10 years, was released from H.M. Prison Pentridge in March 1879, and after his release he made a few pounds by lecturing on the enormities of Pentridge.
Gallo.
It's Gallo?
Gallo.
I remember that. Yeah, I remember that. It was Gallo. On regaining freedom, Scott met up with James Nesbitt, a young man whom he'd met in prison. While some disagree on the grounds of speculation, he is considered by many to be Scott's lover, and there is significant primary source evidence that supports this reading. Ooh. Little
See, man,
bushrange and buggery.
More like just buggery that they want to fucking demonize even more by calling them bushrangers.
Mm-hmm. See, this movie's already really great. We already have some like Australian fucking what is that? What's that movie called? With Heath Ledger. Fucking and the other guy. They're gay cowboys.
Brokeback Mountain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Billabong Mountain.
Something like that. But nonetheless, Scott's handwritten letters?
Handwritten letters, yeah. His handwritten letters, currently held in the archives of New South Wales, profess this love. While it is difficult to definitely claim the exact nature of Scott and Nesbitt's sexual practices, it can certainly be said that their relationship was overtly a romantic one. With the aid of Nesbitt, Captain Moonlight began a career as a public speaker on prison reform, trading on his tabloid celebrity.
Now, I want to know, did they actually have a romantic relationship, or did Captain Moonlight just have, like, a very poetic way of writing, and he just, like, he just so happened to describe his friend, like, one of his closest friends as, like, a very handsome fellow in one of the letters, and everybody was like, see this, he's gay. I wonder how much of that is going on here. And
or if there's like a full-on full-on declaration of like, oh yeah, I'll feel it is wombat away.
Yeah, I want to know.
All right. However, this reputation came back to bite him. Throughout this period, Scott was harried by the authorities and by the tabloid press, who attempted to link him to numerous crimes in the colony and printed fantastic rumors about supposed plots he had underway. Hey, he could sue them for libel.
Yep. Fucking.
But not that time. It was pretty much the mob against you, and the mob always wins.
Oh yeah, that is for sure.
Mm-hmm. When you listen to fools, the mob rules. At sometime during this period, Scott seems to have decided to live up to this legend and assembled a gang of young men with Nesbitt as his second in command. Oh, yeah, definitely gotta have your bottom as your top, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
the and the others being Thomas Rogan, age 21, Thomas Williams, age 19, Gus Renecki, age 15, and Graham Bennett, age 18.
Fucking.
Scott met these young men through his lecture tours.
I see, man.
Huh.
This dude was literally just a public speaker, and people were writing shit about him in the tabloids, and he was like, if they're gonna write their shit about me, I might as well be actually doing it because I'll be getting a shit ton more money than I am public speaking. Let me
Hell
get
yeah.
these. Let me get my roadies.
Get my boys.
Let me
Get
get
my
my roadies.
boys.
It's at all my lectures. These guys have been at my lectures. Everyone. These guys, these 5 guys have been at their. I've been slamming one, and the other 4 have always been loyal. Let's become desperados. Let's become Bush.
These are my boys, and they respect what I say.
Yeah,
Yeah,
my
all right.
boys.
My boys. The gang commenced their careers as bushrangers near Mansfield in Victoria. While traveling through the Kelly's area of operation, the gang were frequently mistaken for the Kelly gang and took advantage of this to receive food and to seize guns and ammunition from homesteads. Oh shit, everyone's like, oh shit, it's the Kellys, man. What do you want? What you need, man?
And
What
there's
you
like,
fucking need?
and they're just like, okay, yeah, we're the Kelly gang. Give me
Yeah,
your food and some bullets there. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Inspecting Superintendent of Police John Sadleir made a highly improbable claim that Scott sent word to infamous bushranger Ned Kelly asking to join forces with them, but Kelly sent back word threatening that if Scott or his band approached him, he would shoot them down.
That probably
Ooh.
actually happened. I would not be surprised because Kelly, he a man.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't
True,
no
it's
boy.
Yeah. Ned Kelly versus the boy gang. Scott seems to have never received the reply as his gang left Victoria in the latter part of 1879. After operating there for a short time, they traveled north across the border into New South Wales to look for work, far from the police surveillance that stymied any opportunity of employment in Victoria. It was in the southern district of the New South Wales colony that they entered upon the full practice of their profession. In one act, they made themselves notorious. On Saturday evening, 15 November 1879, they entered the little settlement of Wantabadgery, about 45 kilometers or 28 miles from Gundagai, and proceeded to bail up, parentheses, confine and rob, all the residents. Damn.
Holy shit.
Shit, dude. In every fucking house.
Yo, they didn't just fucking take the bank, they took the whole goddamn town this go around. Holy
Hell yeah.
shit.
That's how you do it. I'm sure like each house was like a good distance, like enough away from each other that no one would really know what was going on next door.
Yeah, they just probably assumed somebody was like visiting or some shit.
Mm-hmm. Scott's gang held up Wantabadgery Station near Wagga Wagga on 15 November 1879 after being refused work, shelter, and food. They're like, well, come on, we need some work first. We need some shelter.
I mean, if they're not, if you're not gonna let them be part of society, then I don't really blame them for lashing out at society.
It's like me in a Fallout game, the speech thing didn't work, so I just started blasting.
Yeah, I start blasting.
By this stage, they were on the verge of starvation after spending cold and rainy nights in the bush, and in Moonlight's words, succumbed to desperation, terrorizing staff and the family of Claude McDonald, the station owner. Scott also robbed the Australian Arms Hotel of a large quantity of alcohol and took prisoner the residents of some of other neighboring properties, bringing the number of prisoners to 25 in total. Well, that's a lot of people to
That's
fucking
a
watch.
small. That's a. To be honest, that's still like a tiny town. That's a pretty small town. No wonder
Oh,
they
yeah.
were able to take it.
hmm One man, Ruskin, escaped in an attempt to warn others, but was caught and subject to a mock trial. The jury of his fellow prisoners finding him not guilty. Another station hand attempted to rush Scott, but was overpowered. Oh, people are trying.
But with 25 people, y'all should be having a little more success than this. This is
Yeah,
kind
you guys,
of pathetic.
everyone needs to go at once and charge at once.
Like,
That's what everyone ever gets. You gotta have
you can't
everybody
be-
charge at once, but no one ever
There-
wants to.
They're expecting these two people to be the hero of the day and be able to handle it, but
Yeah,
you
and
got
then
two
they could
against
just sit
five.
down and wait for. Yeah. Now you gotta use ant tactics. A small party of 4 mounted troopers eventually arrived, but Scott's well-armed gang captured their horses and held them down with gunfire for several hours until they retreated to gather reinforcements, at which point the gang slipped out. The gang then holed up in the farmhouse of Edmund McLeod until surrounded by a reinforcement of 5 extra troopers. Oh boy, a whole 5 extra,
Oh,
led
so
by
now
Sergeant
it's-
Carroll.
Like what? Come on now! If these guys don't get away, I'm gonna be super upset. That's very, very amateur. This should be a simple escape.
That's like those 4 dudes get their asses kicked and they go back and they're like, man, we need a whole reinforcement. He's like, the captain's like, I'll give you 5 more guys.
You're lucky you're getting these 5, to be honest.
You know how many other motherfuckers are bushranging around here, man? You know how big this fucking bush is? You know how many bushrangers I just send into the bush and they just don't come back? It's not even from the criminals, they just die in the bush.
A fucking crocodile or a goddamn spider that's too big got them.
Yeah. As the boy Renecki was running from a fence to reach a better position, he was shot through the side, paralyzed from the waist down, and mortally wounded. Renecki.
Fucking no. Good dang it.
The police gradually advanced from tree to tree and drove the remaining desperados into a detached back kitchen. Carroll's led an assault upon the kitchen, and in this rally, Constable Edward Webb Bowen was fatally wounded. A bullet from one of the gang members entering his neck and lodging near the spine. Recent investigation pointed to Renecki being the likely shooter, while on the ground to Webb Bowen's left, hitting him in the neck with a Colt revolver. Oh shit, you got one down.
Blame the Crip, blame.
You know what?
This motherfucker
Good on
was
him.
friendly. I'm gonna call this. That was actually friendly fire, and they just wanted to blame it on the crippled.
Unless that was a really cool ass shot. He was just like laying on the
Yeah,
ground, still fucking laying down fire.
Yeah,
Like, I can't feel
either
my
or.
legs, but I'm fucking getting you motherfuckers.
Keep shooting. Bam. Yeah, that is cool. That is cool. I wouldn't put it behind it, but also get a point that it most likely was just friendly fire.
Maybe. It does say recent investigation pointed that Renecki from like the angle he was on the ground.
Yeah, maybe.
So it wasn't like them just saying it.
Yeah.
Which does point I do want to see that scene.
Yeah, for sure. I need to
Especially
see the
with them,
scene.
like the dude getting hit in the neck and like going like.
All right, Nesbit.
Nesbit was also shot and killed, attempting. Oh, Nesbit, no, not Nesbit. That's
Oh,
his fucking
damn it.
lover.
Damn it.
Attempting to lead police away from the house so that Scott could escape. Oh,
Oh,
when when
no.
Scott saw Nesbit
Oh.
shot down and was distracted, McLeod took the opportunity to disarm the gang leader, and with the other members wounded or captured on attempting to flee, the firefight came to a close. Damn.
Man.
Froze
Oh,
up when he
yeah.
saw him get shot up. Everything went in
Fucking.
slow motion.
You know how fucking awful that was, man. And it was, he
Mm-hmm.
was trying to fucking draw the fire away from him. Damn it,
Mm-hmm.
man.
Damn.
Man.
Damn. Rogan
That's
succeeded
definitely,
in escaping.
definitely a movie that needs to be made.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Rogan has succeeded from escaping, but was found next day under a bed in McLeod's house. Oh my god.
Staying? Why the fuck did you stay? You got away, but you decided, you know what?
I'm just
bet he
imagining with his feet sticking out too.
Yes, yes.
Shaking.
But, you know, he might have been planning to try to free his his compadres. So that might have been the plan. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
But
Who knows?
God, what a doonhoggle way to go.
Mm-hmm. According to newspaper reports at the time, Scott openly wept at the loss of his dearest and closest companion. As Nesbit lay dying, his leader wept over him like a child, laid head upon his breast, and kissed him passionately.
Oh,
of course,
man,
the newspapers
you know that
are
movie
getting.
scene happened. You know that scene. You know that even if they really didn't quite understand, that even the fucking cops just like paused and let the moment happen because they knew what was going on. They was like, man, damn, a brief like twinge of guilt definitely hit everybody that was at that scene.
Yep. Spartan lost a companion.
Man.
Trial and execution.
Yeah.
Looks like it's getting better. Scott was accused of firing the bullet that struck Webb Bowen, which he denied. Witnesses confirmed. See, that's what they're lying about. Even though it was a dude that they already killed, they were trying to blame it on Scott.
That's why I'm assuming that it was friendly fires, because they try to pin it on someone, and then it's like, oh, well, if it wasn't that dude, then it has to be this dude. And of course, with the amount of investigation, there probably is good evidence to that. But I wouldn't put it behind if it just so happened to be friendly fire. Someone from behind him shot him through the neck or something. It is possible.
True. Witnesses confirmed that Scott was armed with a sniper rifle, and the policeman had died from a bullet fired by a Colt's pistol.
Oh, damn. So basically they're saying, look, guy, the dude's face would have been fucking blown the goddamn off if it was Scott.
Yeah.
Like, there's no fucking way.
Yeah. It was never discovered who used that weapon in the firefight, policeman or civilian. Oh, that's going to years.
See, that's why it was a pistol too. You know that it was a Colt pistol. You know it was one of those fucking cops.
Though we do know that the dude who got shot in the spine, I can't remember his name already. Old fucking
Nesbit.
Not Nesbit. It was the one who got paralyzed first and he was shooting from the ground. Nesbit was trying to get them away.
Oh, Renicky?
Yeah, Renecki. Yeah, Renecki.
Renecki, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Renecki was the one that he also had a Colt pistol too.
Nice. So,
but Scott was found guilty despite deflecting as much blame for the robbery from his companions. as possible, and the jury recommended mercy for the three of them. Scott and Rogan were hanged together in Sydney at
There's your mercy.
Darlinghurst. Yep, there's your mercy.
There's
I love
your
the
fucking mercy.
abrupt. And Scott and Rogan were hanged together in Sydney at Darlinghurst Gallows at 8 o'clock on 20 January 1880 on Scott's father's birthday. Oh, nice.
Damn.
Nice present to Scott's father.
Yeah.
Nice little present. While awaiting his hanging, Scott wrote a series of death cell letters, which were discovered by historian Gary Wotherspoon. Scott went to the gallows wearing a ring woven from a lock of Nesbitt's hair on his finger.
Oh, damn, dude. Damn.
And his final request was to be buried in the same grave as his constant companion. My dying wish is to be buried beside my beloved Nesbitt, the man with whom I was united by every tie which could bind human friendship. We were one in hopes, in heart and soul, and this unity lasted until he died in my arms. Oh.
Damn, dude.
His request was not granted by the authorities of the time.
Damn. But,
because gay is icky.
Wait, keep reading. Keep reading.
But in January 1995, his remains were exhumed from Rookwood Cemetery in Sydney and re-interred at Gundagai next to Nesbitt's grave. There you go.
Hey,
Thank you, 1995,
hey,
Australia.
Victory. It took a century or two, but we did it. We got him.
Yay! I bet someone was getting haunted, and they're like, "We need to fucking do this now. You won't fucking leave me alone."
Shut the hell up about Nesbitt.
Oh, we're Nesbitt.
I ain't next to my Nesbitt.
A fiction. Okay, now we're going into popular culture.
Yeah, this is the
fictionalized Moonlit appears in the short-lived television series Wild Boys, played by New Zealand-Australian actor Aaron Jeffrey. Ooh, gotta check out Wild Boys.
Yeah, gotta check that out.
Also noted in the 1992 film Far and Away. Not much context there, but okay. In October 2017, the Australian History television channel broadcast an episode about Captain Moonlit, showing evidence that Scott did not shoot Webb Bowen, but that Renecki did. Okay, so they had like a whole
Okay, good. Yeah.
Cold case.
Nice.
Gotcha. A musical based on the death cell letters of A.G. Scott called Captain Moonlit was written by Australian musical theatre composer Jai Bryant in 2019 and premiered at Redcliffe Musical Theatre in August 2020. Another musical based on Scott's life, also called Captain Moonlit, was made by Gabriel Bergmoser with music by Dan Nixon. It was performed for the 2018 Midsummer Festival.
Why doesn't he have a
musical
movie? Why doesn't they have the perfect movie scenes within this? Why is there not a movie?
It's because we have to make it.
Yeah, we're gonna have to make it.
Visual artist Todd Fuller's animation, with whom I was united by every tie, centers around Captain Moonlight and was exhibited in the Soulman Prize 2019. I don't even know what that is. The Zest is History covered Captain Moonlight's story in Season 1, Episode 11 in August 2020. A bunch of little obscure things that, I guess, talk about him. But yeah.
That is Captain.
So we got a little We got a little gay representation in there too.
Oh yeah, I didn't even see that. I actually did not plan for that or at all. I did go over his little biography there, but I didn't go completely into it, you know. So that
Mm.
that was nice to learn that it was a fucking movie. It was basically a goddamn movie. See,
It was.
that's what I love about real life. It's better than the movies most of the time. All right, now
Yes.
we gotta kill a boss. That's the
Yeah.
whole. That's Bushrangers and Bloodborne for you. 1 second. All right.
I'm gonna get you.
All right. I can't enter yet. Whatcha? I am in. How long have we been? Yeah, perfect. Perfect. Sorry, I'm just standing.
You are good.
Whoa. Alright. Back
Yeah.
in the fray. Oh, god dang it. Whoa. I can teleport in son of a bitch.
Oh.
Ah, god dang it. Can't fucking. I'm almost getting them, but I'm not. Fuck. Can't ram this. I can't ram them. I just need to stop trying to ram them. Tis my problem. Trying to ram. Yeah.
Yeah, give me a ring.
Boy.
No.
That's why they call me Jack the Rammer. Fuck you. Oh, I'm on a goddamn pillar. Let me just get behind. Ah, good dang it.
Oh.
Ah, fucking son of a bitch.
Damn it. Oh.
Ah, good dang it. Yeah.
Yeah, the ram.
Fucking rammed you.
Oh god.
Alright, so I'm gonna have to stop focusing on ramming.
Yeah, it's fast
And
mode
start
now.
jabbing. I'm jabbing. I'm jabbing. Oh, here I go jabbing again.
Oh. Oh, he's going on you. Ah.
Alright, let me get my poison down a little bit before I get poisoned.
Oh.
Oh, I did not know he did that. Or she. It just is a she. I fucking poisoned. Oh well.
Oh. There he's still active. Ready.
We got him.
There we go. Got him. Got him.
Get him. Alright. And that will be this episode of Bushrangers and Bloodborne. Thank you for watching. This will be a bye-bye.
Bye-bye.